So some of y'all might know that I went to Legoland, Florida recently when I had a shopping spree. I'll leave the link to that video in the description if you want to go check that out after this video. And as I was at Legoland, I got some pieces from the Lego factory. Now, an interesting thing that I discovered when I was there is that they don't do it by weight anymore. They do it by a set price, which I thought was super interesting that they changed it from weight to a set price. Now, I liked it when it was weight because I didn't have to worry about packing. You know, whether I packed it or didn't pack it, it was all going to be whatever it weighed, that's what it was. So you didn't have to worry about packing. It saved you a lot of time. I could be in and out within 10 minutes and getting like 4 or 5 boxes worth of Lego pieces instead of spending like an hour packing the boxes at like a regular Lego store. But since they changed them to the set price now, I thought it'd be cool to go through and decide whether it was worth the factory or if it would just be better to go to the Lego store and get the boxes. So I did a video similar to this where I compared the boxes to this. I priced this at $100, and then the boxes were actually $17. Since then, the boxes are now $18, and since I purchased more bags of these, the price has changed due to the different weight of the pieces and stuff like that. So when I did the last video, I rounded this to about $70 because it was about $68 with 4 boxes, because this holds about 4 boxes worth of pad boxes. So there's 4 boxes in this one bag, and that was around $68. But then I rounded it to 70, and then these are now $72 because now they're 18. So I could just round down a little bit and go to 70. But yeah, these are around $72. And this, since I've been to the first time, so the first time I went was $100. Then the second time was around 70. Then the third time was around 70. And then this time, since it was the set price, it was $80. And then this one was $33. This one, last time I got one, I only got one other time when I got a bag this size, and it cost me like $23, $25, somewhere around there. So that $33 seems like a pretty bad deal for this one. Now, I actually bought these before I knew they changed the price. One of the employees came up and said, hey, there's only one rule here with the bags, and that's that they have to be sealed at the top. So kind of like how the boxes have to be completely closed, these have to be sealed. And I was like, okay, I never said this to him, but I was like, okay, I've been here like 4 times, nobody's ever said that to me. Maybe he just didn't have nothing to do, so he figured he'd tell me. But then it got me thinking, and after I purchased them and they were like a set price, I looked and there we go, the price was changed. So here's a picture of the prices changed, so you can see the set prices for each of the bags on there. So this big one is $80 now. This one is $33, and then the picture tells you what the small one is. I think it's like $10. But anyway, let's actually go through this and see if it's worth the factory. Is it even more worth it now? Some parts, yes, some parts, no. So when it was $70, so technically like the same price, plus you didn't have to pack or anything, I had bigger pieces that were lighter. So these are the pieces I actually got that made it lighter. So I got a few of these, which, if you get a few of them, there's a lot of airspace in between. So it was lighter. And then I got a few of these, which takes up a lot of space. And so that made it lighter. So for pieces like this, it was better for weight because you could get, this whole bag full. And this would probably, if I got a whole bag full of these, it would probably be like, $50, maybe $60. Now it's a set price, $80 if I got all these. So some pieces, it's not worth it. But if I get like a bunch of these small pieces right here, and I filled up that, then I think it would be more worth it now. It would make it actually cheaper than it would be originally, and it would probably be around $100, $110 if I got a bunch of those. So in some aspects of it, it's good. In others, it's bad. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to dump this bag in this bin just so y'all can see kind of what I got, because I didn't really give you a good look at it in that last video. So here's a better look at the pieces that I got. There is some good pieces in here, You can see a lot of green, and then there was a lot of gray. I got some 2x6 gray brick. Got a lot of these leaf pieces, as well as some of these. I got quite a few of these because I use these a lot. Then I got a few of those bigger ones. Got some orchids, I got some small, like, 1x1s, like the leaf pieces. I got some blue plate, some like light azure plate. So I got a variety of pieces. The stuff in here is super cool. I actually got some of these ladder pieces I thought were pretty cool, found on there. So this cost me $80. So I would say I think that's pretty good. It was cheaper than the $100 that I spent that one time. But I want to figure out something else. So if I stack them now in the bags, which I know would be super hard because it's a bag, so it's super thin on the outside and then it gets thicker in the inside. So if I stack them, would it be better? Like if I stacked a bunch of these in there, would it be better? Unfortunately, I don't have enough of these to actually stack, but what I'm going to do is this bag right here. It costs $33. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the plates, stack the bricks, stick them all in here. And if there's like a lot of room, so you can see shaking down, there is a little bit of room. I could have shoved more. And if I knew that it was a set price, I would have shoved more in here. But I'm going to, if there is more room than that, like let's say all this is all empty because they all fit down in here, to see if it's worth your money to spend your time there stacking. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so here's all of them stacked. This is how I would stack it. I know I could technically save space if I put all these together, but I don't stack it like that when I did it in the boxes. So with all of them stacked like this, let's see if I can fit it in the bag. So I actually ended up with 90 of these and 109 of these 2x2 bricks. So now let's see if they can all fit in the bag. Okay, so here is all of them in the bag, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of space. Like you could definitely fit some small pieces down in here and then fit more bricks and stuff up top. So it does save room and probably will save you money if you did decide to stack in the factory. So I guess like the boxes, if you stack, you save more money. If you don't, you still get a good deal, but you don't save as much money and you don't get as much pieces. But is the factory better now or worse? Well, in my opinion, I think it is better because I am an annual pass holder. So to really get into the Lego factory, you have to pay to go to Legoland. So I decided to be a Legoland pass holder. So now I get 10% off of every purchase that I make. So this is $80. One of these is $80. And if you take 10% off of $80, it's actually $72. So without stacking or packing, I got this for $72. This, the bag is equal to about 4 boxes. So 4 boxes without stacking or packing, it cost $72. They're literally the exact same price without stacking. And if you stack, you obviously save money. So I would say the factory now is like, I would say it's hand on hand with the boxes. They're both basically the exact same now. Back in the day, some pieces like this you could get a really good deal on. Other pieces like this, it would cost you a little bit more. But I think now it's pretty even. I'm not really happy with boxes being $18, but they are now. And so I guess this is the exact same as a box now. So whether you pack or not pack, me personally, I'm not going to pack. But whether you pack or not pack, the factory is the exact same as the box. So should you even spend time buying a Legoland ticket and going to Legoland to get the pieces at the factory, or just go to a Legoland if you have one? Some of y'all might not live next to a Legoland, which has a factory in there. So going to a Lego store is fine, and now you know it's about the exact same price whether you get it at the factory or the thing. I think Lego was very strategic on what they priced this bag at. This one, I still do think it's a little bit overpriced. I think the big bag is the exact same as boxes. This one is technically, I think, a little bit more than the boxes. So if you're going to go there, definitely get a big bag. I wouldn't even bother getting a smaller bag. And I would say it's probably worth it for you to, pay for a Legoland ticket, a year-round one. You can get free parking if you pay for the right one. And you get to go to not just the Lego Factory, you get to go to the big shops. They have exclusive sets at Legoland. And I still see some retired sets that retired back in January. I see those at Legoland still. So if you missed out on a set, that set might still be at Legoland. If you decide to buy a yearly pass, you go and get some awesome pieces. I also find that the Pick a Brick wall at Legoland has a way better variety of pieces. Like these little tiny pieces right here were like unheard of. When I was at my Lego store, I could just never find them. These could never find those either. It's like a lot of these pieces I could never find. And then when I went to Legoland, they have like a wall that's like twice as big as a regular pad wall. So I was able to find all these great pieces. So that way I have more pieces for mocks and stuff like that in the future. So there you go, everybody. Now you know that they're the exact same price as the boxes. Let me know what y'all think, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's go to the next one.